Hey guys, what's going on? What's going on? It's time for a recap for Tuesday, and let's take a look at price action. A lot is going on. I know a lot of people are freaking out right now. Uh, BTC is came down to 73,000. Are you serious right now? Uh, but like it's rough. I mean, if you bought high or whatever, it could be rough because it's going down or whatever. The one thing is remember that we gotta really stick to your plan. Why did you get into BTC? If your dollar cost averaging in, that's great. It's not gonna really matter today. Just like at some point somebody in history had to say the same thing, and now they look back and say, I bought it at 10,000, I bought it at 20,000, I bought it at 3,000. It doesn't really matter. At some point it had to build, and right now current price action is where it's at. So don't get too hung up on yourself. There's guys that were happy to buy at 100, the guys that are happy to buy at 90, all that stuff. Now, when we come down into trading, though, we don't really care about all those details on price action. We care about is price action setting up for us to be able to take action, and you want to get in. So let's jump into price action and check things out. So here we are on the 15-minute, like we always are. You can see whack right down, hard drop down to this basically 73,000. Now we're sitting actually in kind of a bullish rebuild right through here. I'm not saying it's going to rip up, but it could actually come out of here and go back up to at least the higher areas and see if we can start pushing back up, or we're going to stall out. The energy. This is what I kind of want to see happen right now on the weekly candle. This is pretty exciting. You can't really see it a whole lot in here because, but it did wick down, and that's kind of what I want to see. I really want to see the rest of this start to build back up. And let's see if we can get up into this area up in here, and then really start to climb back up and have a nice weekly candle close up on this higher level. That would be awesome. But that's just kind of what I'm watching for. Let's see if we can get that. Right now we're just kind of moving in that direction, so definitely could. I mean, it could. You could really be looking at the end of the week around 82 to 86,000. That is a possibility, and that would be a nice wick down, a nice recovery. That's going to be a nice look for the kind of the bottom in the rebuild, and we can start talking about some cool stuff again, which make people happy. Right. So let's go ahead and get into the actual price action here in the 15-minute and take a look at. I didn't trade it. But I'm going to point it out, and we'll talk about it. But I didn't trade it, and I'll tell you why. Because my system tells me not to trade when you have the trigger that we talk about, the breakout trigger, and the daily resistance in this case are this tight. You have the same problem right here on the daily support and the breakdown trigger. It's the same problem. So you have a nice tight moving average or 30-minute high and low right through here from the open. You have your 15-minute candle that we've talked about right here. So you had a nice 2 lines right in here. Now you could have traded this if you wanted. For me, I've learned that a lot of times when you see this, you see chop. So most of the time, price action would have chopped today. So yeah, to me, this just tells me to stay away. That's why I missed it. Kind of frustrating because yesterday I got something on my mouth. I got lip chapped or something, but kind of bothered me. But anyways, right through here, I expected this to fall out. That's what I was watching yesterday for this to fall out, come on down, and it happened today. Bummer, right? So kind of missed out on it. But if you are going to trade this, this was the classic setup, right, where you lost all the area of support, which that's what you want to see. You came back and back tested it right in here in the 15-minute. You got the 2 candle closes. It's definitely something I'm putting in my mental book as I trade. Like my system told me, no, don't trade this. But this might have been something that I might have watched for. This was the classic 15-minute 2 candle close, and then you had the back test, and this is the rip. This is the system playing out that we talk about quite a bit on all our lives. So this would have been your actual trade that you could have taken. For me, I would have taken it as it broke down below these areas again. But yeah, there you go. And boom, went down to, 74,000 was definitely a strong target, and that's where I would have been looking for. But that would have been a nice little 3-to-1. $100 in, $300 out. That's great. You could have easily traded this down to this lower area. I don't know why you would, but you know, you could have, and you know, that would have been a really nice, almost 5-to-1, you know, $500. Yeah, not bad. But that's what you're looking for. That is the setup. Now you might want to look at like, well, let's look at triggers, right? You know, where can we get these triggers? These are kind of the triggers, lines in the sand that you could have marked. For myself, I use something a little different, which you've seen me use this template before. So, oops, that's not the one I want. Target extensions. So, as this broke it down, you can see it was already playing in target 1 and almost target 2. That's why the system, my system, was telling me to like, well, hold back because this is already kind of playing out. But you can see that like how tight it is. Again, this is only giving you this area for the possible trade. You can see it fought in that area. The only reason why I would have went to 74,000 because that was kind of the line in the sand that we were watching for the last couple of days. It was calling that. It just bled down. Look at this. It's kind of like the floor was here and somebody just went pulled it out, and then you just kind of had a free fall event. Fell on down, and now it grinded right back up pretty fast. This, like I said, this looks definitely like it's trying to climb out of here. I hate people that draw this kind of. No. I dislike when people just draw random lines on charts like this. But here's a bull flag, guys, and this is where it's gonna go. Right back up in here to the 79,000 range. I'm actually gonna say it will go back up in there, but I don't like that kind of idea. Obviously what we're going to do is let's let it rebuild, right? It's rebuilding that right now. I'm on the 15-minute chart. I really want to see this push back up and get above the 15, but let's go into the 5. The 5 is going to be the start of this trend that I'm going to watch for. We already had grinded up, kind of got close to that area. We did get the rejection and we kind of ran back down, but we could easily run back up. Now you could be looking over here on my indicator going, you're crazy. Right, so we have the 15, 1 hour, and 4 hour built on here. We do have the king chart, which actually is my daily that we are watching. You can see that the 4 hour right now is kind of in the chop. The 1 hour is kind of weak, but there is building strength here. We've got to watch out for, like, this is a lagging type indicator. Not to get into too much of this, basically it's build, it's more just informational, but it is telling you that the 30 and the 50 is something to watch out, and I'll talk about that more on recaps later, and we'll point some of that data out, but this is pretty key when you see these line up. So I'm not going to spend too much on that, but there's some secret sauce in there that eventually I will share on my recaps. I'll show that when it sets up. I kind of look at it this way, when that sets up, like it just happened actually a couple of days ago, or about a week and a half ago. It was like a 15-to-1, so you could have wrote it down for 15-to-1. So if you look at a 15-to-1, basically what that means, you know, in a math, it's kind of like when someone tells you it can, you know, it's a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it's like, what's a 1 terabyte hard drive? Like, what's that mean to me? Well, it can hold, you know, 20,000 songs or whatever. I don't know exactly how much it can hold, but anyway, if you know, you can put it in the comments and let me know. But it can hold X amount of songs, right? Okay, well that makes sense to me now. Well, think of it this way too: when a 15-to-1, you put $100 on the trade, it's like making around $1,500 on a $100 investment. So yeah, who doesn't want to have that? Those are kind of your diamonds in the rough. So I'll show it when it shows up here and kind of talk about it as price action interacts in that area. But that is a possibility. Definitely you can get your hands on, and yeah, anybody can really do it. It's just moving averages, but it's kind of lining the larger time frames up with this lower time frames, and give you that little secret sauce so you can get into it. So, all right, guys. That's about it for the recap. Looking at price action, we are hitting these levels. We did see, like I said, that weekly. We wanted to see that wick. We're seeing it right now. Let's see if we can get the print back up now. The rest of this week, can we get the push? That's what we want to see, the push and the close. If we can get that, then we have a nice weekly kind of bottom where we had a hard drop down. Then we had the open. This one rips down just like we just saw. This is perfect. And we get this nice wick, and then we get the weekly candle close back up at that 60 or 82, 86. 1,000 level, that would be awesome. Awesome. A lot of times if you go back in history on BTC, that's kind of the structure that you typically would see in the weekly when it's kind of doing the, okay, I'm getting tired, let's rotate and head back up. If you are looking at buying BTC, boom, you know, it's the time to buy. Some people don't want to buy because it's in the red zone. It's ugly. You always want to buy the red, right? And sell the green. But, you know, most of the market actually does the opposite. So, all right, guys, I'll let you go. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully I learned a little bit. And practice for yourself. Dig in, really get to dig into these areas. Carbroto.com does have this kind of levels, and you can put them on your charts. And it looks kind of crazy in here. But I mean, there is our indicators are on there, so you can get all that stuff too. I'm turning some of them off if they're looking a little crazy for you. We can clean up your charts, and it won't be quite so messy. And you know, that's what it looks like without them. So can you trade that? Yeah, you probably could. Here's your 200 right here. You got price action underneath it, rejected back up, tested it, and then ripped. You got the crossover, it ripped. So you could have even entered down here up to your bottom low, and it tested the major support up here, resistance actually in that case, boom, boom, rejected the resistance, cleared through here. You could have easily taken the trade. So you don't necessarily need all that data that I just showed you. You just got the session open right here, and you took advantage of price action. This is it, right? So FYI, that you don't necessarily need the system. Obviously, it's a lot easier when you have the lines on there, though. But I mean, that's what we use. So, all right, check you guys out in the next recap. See ya.